Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if this is working. Alright, looks like it's working. Yeah, so I know this is late, but I want to get myself to do some coding projects. And yeah, it's just and getting myself some motivation to do it. So I thought I'd stream it. I did create a new YouTube account for this type of content, but I have to wait 24 hours to start streaming, and I just want to get started. So I'm going to stream this first one on here, on this channel, and I'll probably save the VOD and then move it over to the new channel once I got that. But basically, I want to start... so this is something I've had in the works for a while. At first I was going to do this with HTML and JavaScript, but I decided that I should do this in C++ because I want to learn how to interface with like C++ and, you know, make a GUI and all that stuff. But first I want to create like the back end, which is going to be like I said in C++. This is going to be like the main logic of the game. And plus I feel like this is going to help me learn a lot about coding. So there's still a lot I need to learn when it comes to this. I feel like I know how to code, but there's still a lot of things I'm not fully sure about, and I feel like if I do this solo project, this will help me a lot. So the plan is just to get this going, stream, and hopefully I maybe find an audience that is interested in this, and maybe some people that are pretty good at this and have some previous experience and can help me out. But if this is something you like, make sure to let me know. I'm doing this more for me so I can get myself to actually do a project over the summer, and kind of help out my resume, because I have done a lot of things, but I just never like kept them, especially not like complete software coding. I've done a little bit more FPGA stuff, or like a little bit things requiring a little bit more hardware. But I want like a full software-based project that I can also have. So I will be doing this because I do have some, but they're web-based. So I think doing one in C++ would be pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I have set up a Git for this. Yeah, so I have Git for this, so I can for my version control. I don't know why I called it main instead of like master, but we'll leave that there for now, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my GitHub so I can see that it's working properly. And that's not what I wanted to do. Let's see, moving some windows around real quick. I'll have some music playing in the background. I'll do some changes to my audio so I can hear things a little bit better. All right, there we go. See, and so let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I don't have anything except a README in here. So the first thing is probably to create a makefile. I need to think about how I want to structure this. So maybe I should create some like something in Notion real quick, so I can like plan this a little bit, so I'm not just wasting a lot of times and messing things up at the start. So I'm gonna do a little bit of preparation here, and then I will start actually making files from there. So I'm gonna go into my Notion real quick, and I will just create a page and call it Jeopardy coding project. So the reason is I'm doing Jeopardy is because in the past, I don't know if you guys knew this about me, but I do go to church, and I did go to a Hispanic church for a very, very long time. And something that we would have, especially in the afternoons, is something called ejercicios bíblicos, which in English means basically Bible games or Bible exercises, but they're basically Bible games. And so something I like to do was do Jeopardy. The thing about Jeopardy is that I would have to manually. I was into coding for a while, so I would create Jeopardy with HTML and JavaScript. But that required to everything be like already made, and like only I can create those because I had to code them. So what I want to do is I want to create some sort of application that I can like give to my church or other churches, and just kind of have out there for people who want to make like a Jeopardy and do some sort of just have some like some event where they want to play Jeopardy. I don't know. It could be with family members. It could be in a group gathering, or for some reason. And they should be able to easily create Jeopardy, like make the boards. Then they can use them. Like for example, in my case, at a church event or in a gathering, and you can play, and like it's playable. It has features and all that stuff. I think that's just something I always wanted to do. It's been a couple years, and I think I just need to get started and go ahead and do it. So that's what I'll be doing. So let me add a Notion onto the screen here because it's not on there right now. So I'll create a window capture, call this Notion, and this should be let's see, this right here. So you should be able to see that. It's a little big. Let's make this a little bit smaller. I hope you can read that. Might be a little small. But I'm basically, okay. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. So I need a couple things. I will need to create... Okay, I need something... Let's see, how do I want to do this? So I should... so Jeopardy has... let's have a file that... or a class that is called questions. So I need a class of questions. I'm just going to do like a class list or something like this. So h1 class list. So I will need something... Here, let's make this h2 and let's call this class list. No, not a class list. What was it? Questions. So what questions should have is, first of all, the question. So maybe I can have a question object. But for sure, what it should have is, I'll just create a bulleted list here. So it should have, so you should have the question. And probably a string, I'm assuming, just a string for now. I could probably improve this in the future, but I think just a question where it's a string, and then an answer, which is also a string. Actually, how do I want to do this? Let's think about, before I talk about like the code structure and everything, let's talk about the Jeopardy game in general, how it's gonna work. So, game logistics. So first of all, I want a, let's do a bulleted list here. I want a starting screen. So the starting screen is basically gonna be a menu. And inside of that menu, it's going to have the options of, for example, starting a new board. you can also get so you could probably load a board. Okay, so you can start a new board. So if you want to create one from scratch, you would have that option. And then if you want to, if you have, let's say, a board save that you want to pull up, then you should be able to load that board with the specific questions and everything like that. Maybe I can like have like a session where it like remembers the session. You know what? I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna leave it with these two options, where it's just create a new one or load one. Okay. So from there, so let's say you start a new screen or a new board. So you would be given, what is that? Let's make the size of the Jeopardy. Actually, no. Let's not bound them like that. So let's do. You can have as many categories as you want. Maybe we should put a limit, like 10 or something like that. So the first thing will be is you're asked for the categories. Okay, so you're asked for the categories. You can add as many categories as you want, and all these categories are going to be used to create the columns, basically. And then, should I have the point system be also you can edit? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that as well. So we can have the rows also be like set up, so you can choose how many rows you want and how many points you can get from every row. So it's like if you want to do 6 rows where each one's like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, you can do that. Or if you want to have like 3 rows where it's 100, 200, and 500, you can also do that. And you basically have full control over all that. So I think that's the next thing is ask how many categories, ask for how many points you're gonna do, and what that's gonna generate. It's gonna generate like a form, or in our case, it's just gonna ask you what, because we're gonna do this everything command line for now. So it's gonna then ask you to fill out each question. So you're gonna have to give it the question. You're gonna have to give it the answer, and then you also give it like other options. Because it's gonna be 4 questions, or I guess you can also have true and false questions. So I'm gonna ask you to fill out the question. So the actual question is the first thing, and then there will be a correct answer, and then there'll be decoy answers, which you can have as many as you want. So if you want to make it out of 6 and only one of them is correct, that's fine. You can do that. Okay, what else should I do here? So then you kind of iterate through all the however many categories times row. So there will be row times column questions that you need to fill out. Once you have those filled out, it will store all of them, and then whenever you display, it will just go ahead and randomize your answer choices. So that's it for, I believe, starting a new board. So let's do load now. How do I go back here? Is it Shift Tab? Yes. So here we'll do load a board. So we will ask you to actually before I do load a board here, where do I want to set the save? Okay, so I'll ask you. So I'm assuming if you're starting a new board, you might either want to play right away or save. Actually, what I can do just for now, I'll add that functionality later. What I will do is once you answer the questions here, the last thing it'll do is it'll ask you, do you want to save? And if you do want to save, it'll save it. We'll just do a text file for now. So it'll save everything to a text file that I will set up. And then it'll take you back to the main menu, followed by take to main menu. So whenever you click starting a new board, it will just set up the board. It'll save it and it'll kick you back to the main menu. So if you do want to play it, then you'll have to load a board. Okay, so when you load a board, then you'll be asked to choose the text file that you want to load from. And then from there, it will load and create board. From there, you can click on questions. You'll be asked them. So you click on questions. Asked question, ask for answer. If answer is correct, award points or not. If incorrect. Something I forgot to do here is make it so you can have like teams. So I want to be able to like keep score through on here. So when loading the board, you'll choose a text file and then it'll ask you to select amount of teams and then team names as well. Okay, and I think it will load and create the board. So the way Jeopardy works is if you get it correct, you only get one chance. If you get it correct, it just whatever goes to the next person, right? I can't remember. I'm gonna look this up. Oh, I remember. So it's, if they get it wrong, then the opposite team gets a chance. Or the next team gets a chance to, what's it called? To take the points away. That's what it was. Jeez, it's been so long since I played this. So if the answer is correct, award points. If not, or not if incorrect, and move and ask the next team. If one answer is left, then don't award anything. Okay, that's just gonna keep us from being in the situation where it's like true or false. One person the team misses it, then the next one obviously just whatever's left. Or like if you just get to a team where they only have one answer choice, then obviously it's correct. So it's like we don't want to get to that point. That's not fair. So it's like it's gonna go up until there's a 50-50 chance, and if they get it wrong, then it's just that question is you can't get any points for that. It moves on to the next team. Okay. So other things that we might need. So something I like to do is like the final Jeopardy. So let's say you can change how many points it is on the fly. That just makes it a little more fun because you can, like, if you're the one that's taking care of this event, and you realize, like, you know, teams are, I guess Final Jeopardy you can wager points. So you wager points, and you would be able to write them for each team. And then obviously if you get them right, you get award them. If not, so here it'd be +1 for Final Jeopardy question. All right, I think that's good. And then from there, what else should I add? I like right off the bat, because there's a lot of things I can add in the future, but I want like a good starting point. I think that might be it. So let's go back to this class list. So we need the questions that's going to contain the string, the correct answer, and decoys. Also in strings. Okay, let's see what else. So the questions will. Okay, should the questions contain their point value? Let's say yeah, point value, and that's gonna be an integer. Let's see, what else? Actually, I don't know about this yet, but let's go back up here. So we will have probably a board class that contains all the information about how the board is set up. So things it will have is like the number of rows and columns. Both of these are going to be int. So that's going to tell us how many rows and columns. Something that we might also want to keep track of is answered questions. And also remaining. Something we might want to keep track of is which ones have been already. So we keep track of how many are remaining and how many are answered, but we want to keep track of which ones are have been what's it called? Which ones have been already selected. So the way I'm probably going to do that is I'm probably going to have it is a 2x2 grid, so I'm going to be indexing row column. So I probably just need a list of rows and columns that have which is going to be the index of the questions that have already been answered. And so this row and column are going to be integers. All right, what else should I put on the board? I mean, I'm going to need the categories. So that's just going to be a list. So we got a list of strings for the categories. And we have the points. list, also a list of strings. Okay, and then we will have kind of how we had this 2D list here. Actually, we should do it that way. So I should use a 2D array. Yeah, let's do a 2D array. So a 2D array where the index is row followed by column. And this will be also a 2D array. But this will actually hold the questions. So this will be of the type of the questions. And then yeah, so we have a 2D array that says which ones have been I guess the index is row column, but the actual thing that they will contain is a boolean, just saying if it's answered, make it true. If it's not, it'll be false. And now we can check that boolean real quick just to see if it's answered or not. And then if it is, then we can check this 2D array and access the question in the case we need to. And it'll all be stored in this 2D array here. Give me a second. I'm actually going to go to the bathroom real quick. So I'm just going to leave this so you can look at what I have so far here. Hello? Alright, I'm back. Alright, so where was I? So I think I'm finished with the board here. Rows, columns, insert remaining questions, insert question to the array. And then the actual questions. All right, we will have actually we will have something called how should I call this? I'll actually show the class before I put it on there. But we should have something that keeps track of our teams and their scores. So I'm gonna have like a score manager. Oops. So this score manager is gonna keep track of. So here we'll have a list. So we'll just have a list of teams. And I'll actually make a teams type here. And then the teams. Then I'll have another list actually. Let's see, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, so I'll do the list of teams. We'll do the team type. Then I'll do a list that contains I don't think this is the right way to go, because if I make a list for everything, then I might as well just do just skip the score manager altogether and just do the teams. Unless yeah, actually we'll keep this because something I want to keep track is the current team. So this will tell us this will be an index. So this will just be this will be the team that is currently active and can get the points. Let's see what else we can do here. We will. I know some functions that we'll have here in the score manager, which will be nice. But things that we should also keep track of here in the score manager is let's see. I guess we can keep track of the current. Let's just do this just because. So the current question. Yeah, I think this is good. So the current question points. So the reason I'm doing this one is because I want to do it so like if a team goes for a question that's let's say it's worth 500, I want the question to be worth 500 for the first team, but for the second team, if they're stealing it, to not be 500 but like instead be half of that, so like 250. And so a way to store that 250 without actually changing the score for the actual question is to keep that in track here in the score manager. So I think that's a good thing to have in there. All right, another thing that we can have here is actually I think that's it for now. So I mentioned the teams type, so let's go ahead and do teams. This is gonna keep track of their name, first of all. Their team score. We're also gonna have, let's keep track of like questions answered. Just some statistics here. Questions answered incorrectly, and questions answered correctly. Okay, so we have that, just kind of as more stats we can have. So we got the name, the score. This here we'll keep the final Jeopardy wager. So let's give these some types. So this is definitely a string. This will be a integer. I don't know why I'm putting this in quotes. I don't know why I did that. So this will also, I'm just gonna stop doing that. That's gonna be int. That is also an int. I guess the score manager can also keep track of placings. So this will keep track of who's first, who's second, who's third. And this will just also be a list. And I'll think about that a little bit more on how I want to implement that. So we have our teams. We have our questions here. What else would I have? What other class would I need? So I need something for the menu. So let's call this some sort of like manager and stuff like. Actually, there's a good name that I used to use back then when I took, was it to programming? I don't know. I should have some projects that I can probably see, because I know there was a nice name for it that I kind of liked and it kind of made sense. So let me just, let's see, how do I view this? Do I have to log into my, actually I think I saved this to my SSD somewhere. Let me plug in my SSD real quick just to see if I can find my files. Okay, I plugged that in. I'm gonna move this, so you might probably lose a little bit on the screen there. Oh, it still shows up, that's nice. Alright, so I'm going here, check my, see if I can find my school stuff. Interesting. I thought I stored it. Actually, I have stored in my other hard drive because I don't see it on here. So I'm gonna check my other hard drive real quick. found my other hard drive. Let's plug this in, see if I can find anything. And actually, this will help me set up the project a little bit more. So I'll probably have this open just as reference. Okay, so this is up. See if I can find. Yep, I got files here. Oh, this is perfect. So I call that executive. Actually, that's fine. I'm gonna keep using that. So I'm gonna call this executive. And this is gonna basically be what keeps track of everything. So this will have obviously an instance of the board. So keep track of the board. And this will actually call the board. Now, do I want the board to keep track of the score? So, okay, so the way that this is set up right now, the board has the questions. So the questions follow under the board. The board keeps track of the questions. I guess the board should also keep track of the score. So I was gonna be there, and the score actually keeps track of the teams. So I guess this just needs to keep track of the board then, because the board technically contains everything. Okay, so that contains everything gameplay related. But what the executive will also contain is setting up like the file that for the board. What else should it keep track of? So this will also keep the menu. So something I'll do is I'll also set up a menu item or a menu class. So this will keep track of this will have something called menu items, which we'll just call them strings. I don't know why I keep doing that. So menu items have strings. Are gonna, yeah, menu items is just gonna be, I guess, a list of strings. Yeah, because I'm just gonna use the menu is just gonna print this list of strings, and then oh man, but what if I have like sub menu items? And then I want to keep track of, okay, so right now what our menu should be taking care of is starting a new board and loading a board. So the menu will keep the list, which is just going to be starting a new board and load a board. And then it's going to have other like methods and stuff like that to ask for what you want to do. So I guess this menu here will also be what takes care of either starting a new board or loading it. So we are starting and loading. We're still gonna need a little bit of stuff for like choosing this text file here and creating it. We'll ask all these questions and ask for that. So what I need, I'll just keep it in the menu. I'll keep a short menu. So this is just going to be a lot of methods there. And then like I said, executive is going to hold these here. And so what's going to happen is these questions will be created. They'll be put under this board here. And then, yeah. So the questions will be created. Actually, when you're asked the questions, it's going to make a text file. But then the text file is going to be parsed, and the questions are going to be made into question objects. They're going to be put inside of the score manager, or inside of the board. And then you're going to get the teams asked, which will be created. The score manager will keep track of that, and then the board keeps track of everything. But this menu will create everything. And executive just keeps track of the board, the menu, and the file stuff. Okay. I think this is a way to start, or enough to start. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get started on the actual coding stuff. So I'm going to need all of these different, I'm going to do a new file for every class that we have here. So let me pull up this here. And actually what I will do is, so you can see both. I'm actually going to make this smaller. Yeah, like that. I'm actually going to put it behind my terminal. And I'm actually going to make the terminal a little bit smaller. I'm also going to, let me think of how I want to organize this. Yeah, I might just keep it on top and keep the terminal here. Oops, I moved it. Okay, and I'm just gonna put this like in the corner here. Sweet, so I'm gonna keep it like that for now. And then I will go ahead and start creating some of these files. So I'm gonna use this as reference again. So I'll bring this over here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is create a makefile. So I'm gonna use Vim for this and just makefile. Sweet, so I don't remember exactly how to do a makefile, so I'm gonna look at something for reference. Okay, so the first thing is I'm gonna call this Jeopardy. Forgot to go in insert. So Jeopardy, which for now it's gonna just use main.o and executive. I'm gonna use all lowercase here. Yeah, main.o and executive.o. And so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna use G++. I don't remember what all these do, but I'm just gonna put them on there. Main.o. This is gonna create both of these. Oh, it's gonna use main.o, and it's also gonna use executive.o. So I think what's happening, if these change, then you're gonna call this, which is gonna use these two to create our Jeopardy file. Okay, so now let's focus on both of those. So main.o is gonna use main.cpp. It's also gonna change whenever anything that uses main, which is basically everything. So executive.o changes, or not executive.o, the actual things. So executive.h and executive. Here, let's do HPP. And executive.cpp, just to keep that consistent there. And then what will happen here is we'll call G++ again. I'll keep these arguments. I'll look these up later. Okay, and so what we'll create here is we'll use main.cpp here. So main.cpp here will be used to create main.o by calling this here. Okay, the next one. So that takes care of main.o. The other one we need is executive.o. And so we'll use executive.h and .hpp and executive.cpp. And so if those change, then we'll create, we'll use G++ again. And we'll use the executive.cpp here, lowercase. So executive.cpp here will be used to create executive.o. And then I think that's it. I will do a clean here, just because I like to be able to clean pretty fast, which all it's going to do is remove the .os. And it will also remove the Jeopardy executive there. Okay, so I think that's it for that. So now we just need to create those files. So let's go ahead and do main.cpp real quick. And I remember I need to, here, give me a second. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is include IO streams so I can actually, yeah, in case I wanna say something here. So include string in case we use that. And we obviously need to include our executive.hpp. For now, because that's the, we'll call that here. So int main, the arguments, and the actual, how many arguments, and then the actual arguments. So arg. There you go. And then if your arguments is greater than 1, I'll put this here for now. I don't know if I'm going to use this, but if it is more than 1, then we got arguments. So I'm just going to put for arguments if used in the future. Okay. And then the next thing I'll add is else. That in our case, this is what we're going to use now. So running with no arguments. And we will actually won't do anything if arguments is greater than 1. Actually, yeah, we'll keep this here, but it's actually going to do nothing. So that's just for in the future. So what we'll do from there is we'll actually we'll make, okay, so we set executive.hpp lowercase, but the class is going to be uppercase. So our classes will be uppercase. So executive, that's going to be the class that we talked about right here. So we'll create one of those and we'll call it just exec. And then that should be it. That should create that. And I like to get it to run. Just call run. So I'll have to create that method there. Okay, once that's done, then just return 0. Okay, this is pretty simple main. Nothing crazy about it. Yeah, that wasn't right. There we go. So now Vim with executive .hpp. Yep. So this one's gonna be a little bit more involved, but I just want to get the skeleton down so I can try our makefile, see if it works. So again, we'll need to include some stuff. Oops, I need to keep forgetting I need to insert there. So include, actually no. First of all, we need to tell our compiler that if it's not defined to actually run this code, but if it is already defined to not run any of it. So in order to do that, if not defined, and then I just learned to do all caps like that. Okay, so if it's not defined, then we'll define it. Okay, and then I think it's just end if. I think that's it. Okay, so if it's not defined, yeah, if not defined, nothing will happen. If it's defined, it's gonna run whatever code is between here. So if it is defined, then we will include some stuff. We'll include string, because I might use that. And then, what else? I think that's it for now. I guess we need to include the IO stream, so. Have that there. Okay, and let's create our class. So our class executive, and I don't remember if I need a semicolon here. I think I might. So I will put a semicolon there. And then we will have some private stuff and some public stuff. Our private's gonna be empty for now. I just want to get this to run. And then we will just have our constructor here. So executive with no parameters there. And that's it. So now let's do the Cpp file. All right, and the first thing I should do is include our .h file. Keep doing that. Include executive.hpp. I don't know if I need to include IO stream here. I'm gonna leave it off for now and stuff like that right now. But let's go ahead and do executive. So that's our constructor with no arguments, and it does absolutely nothing. In fact, we can just for now do, what was it? std : cout, I believe, and then created an executive object. Okay. And I believe that's all I need. Actually, I don't think I need that there. Okay, this might be it. So make no rule to make target executive.cpp needed by main.o. So it says, should this be executive.o? I can't recall. Let me pull back another makefile real quick just to check. Oh, I see, I see. So this actually shouldn't be included here, just the HPP. Let's try that again. Okay, so we do have some errors here. Invalid preprocessing def. Was it defined? Might have been defined. So vim main.cpp. Wait, why did I use that? Oh no, that's in the executive. .hpp. And then line 2. Okay. Remove parentheses to no thing called run. Oh yeah, that's true. So vim, let's go back to this. And then we can add also public, something called run. And then go to R here. Wait, what? Oh man, I can't type. So I think it's move exec2.cpp to executive.cpp. There we go. Oh. Alright, now I should be able to go here and do executive run and just have it do nothing. Actually, that's missing a type. This needs to be void. And then I'm mistyping everything. Why is this so hard to type? And then I will go ahead and make this void. Why are my colors not there? Set colors? Is that how it is? No. It might be how do I syntax on. Okay, so that does it. So I want to enable it by default everywhere. So so it's a vim and then this dot vimrc, I believe. Yeah, and then I will type set wait, what was it? Was it syntax on? Yeah. Okay, so that should fix our issue there. And then what I can do now is make. Okay, so it's still running an error. I need a colon there. Interesting. Do I need a colon after all of these? shouldn't need it, right? Oh, well, that's why I lost my that there. Try making one more time. Okay, empty parentheses interpret as a function declaration. Oh, right. No, that's yeah. And I'm telling you, it's been so long that I haven't done any of this. So it should, I don't know why I put that there. There we go. That should be enough. Okay. So now if I do just run Jeopardy, create an executive object. Let's go. Forgot to create a new line, so let's do that. Actually, no, we're just deleting that. So that works. Now let's go ahead and add a little bit more. So let's go ahead and add. I don't want to do the menu right now. I guess the menu. The board gets called by executive, so I'll just do that for now. And start setting up there. So vim makefile. What we'll do is we'll add a few more here. So we're gonna call it board.o. This is gonna be board.hpp, and then we're gonna add board.o here that uses board.hpp and board.cpp, and we'll call this and this will be board.cpp. Believe that's it. So vim board.hpp. Again, if not defined, and then board hpp define board hpp, and if so include again. I'll just do the same ones over and over. IO stream include string, and then I will create a class named board. Again, we'll have some private and some public. Inside of public, we should have our board there, our board constructor, and then our private here. Okay, let's start bringing a little bit more elements into this. So we said our board is going to keep a couple things. So it's going to keep the amount of rows. It's going to do the amount of columns. Then we'll do questions answered. Let's do it like that, yeah. Which is called camel cakes, by the way. Actually, I want to put like a prefix to know that these are like, you know, from the member. So I will do like, I can just put an underscore there, but I might do m underscore as in like member. I think I'll do that. Okay, and then int m. This will be questions incorrect. Questions correct. And we'll have wait, this is the wrong stuff. So questions answered and questions remaining. That's what I meant to do. And then, so then a 2D array of answered questions. So this depends on how many rows and columns. So, trying to remember how to do that. It might just be a so 2D array is just a list of pointers, basically. And we're keeping bools there. So bool pointer. I don't have to specify the size yet, right? If I do this. And then just call this is question answered. I missed an S there. I'll look into that a little bit more here in a bit. And then so I need a list of categories. So I've never actually used a list, but I know they're not that hard. So it looks like all I have to do is just do like std list, and then it's going to be a list of what? Of strings. So strings, std string. Is that what it is? So this will be a list of strings, and I'm going to call this categories. These are points, so this will be its so this is points. I'll have a 2D array. Oof. Huh. I guess I can do this as well, because this is probably yeah, I think a vector might be the way to go. instead of like a 2D array. Yeah, I like that idea. So instead I'm going to use a vector. So this is, I guess I don't need two. I should be able to just do one and then index based off the row and column. And then just do a little bit of math and then figure out which one it is there. Actually, I think this will work. So we have a vector of vectors. Inside of this vector, we'll have bools. And then this is going to replace the is question answered. So instead of this one. And then I'll create another one. Which will, what does it contain? So this one will contain questions. There we go. And then we'll have a score manager. Just like that. All right, I think that will be it there. Now, how do you access vectors? Just to remember. Just like normal. Okay, I see. All right, that's not bad. So let's go ahead and continue this. So that should be everything, at least everything that is listed here. And let's add some methods here. So we had, now let's get some get some information here. So actually, there's something I learned that I want to do here. Let me pull this up real quick. See if I have it on me. Initialize or class variables in constructor. How did you do it? I forgot. Oh, I see. Okay, there we go. Found it. So what I can do is, like, for example, when I call board here, I should know what the rows and columns are. So the first thing I'll do is I'll call this with m rows. So the way you do it is you do a colon. Actually, I might have to do this in the .cpp. Oh, I forgot I hadn't declared this yet. So what I can do here is do include first, include board.hpp, and then board the constructor, and then colon here. And what I can do then is do, I already forgot what they were. So it's m call is it like that? And these would have to be inputs. So I think what this should do is should take in the argument, which is the column, or the amount of columns, and then the amount of rows. And then these get stored inside of mcall and mrow, I believe. And then the function will not do much for now. Okay, so I'll save that. Oops. Okay, next one here. So I want to test something. So we have our board up. Let's do a function which says that returns the size. So this will return a string, and we're gonna call this get dimensions. Yeah, just like that. And so what this will do is just still return like whatever this is by whatever that is. And then I believe that should be pretty simple. So vim board.cpp, and let's go ahead and declare that. So board class, and then actually it was std string board board, what did I call it? Get dimensions. So I'll return dimensions are calls and rows, and then a new line. Okay. That should be it. So now all I need to do is board is being called by our executive. So when we do run here, for now we'll just call so mboard Yeah, so this will create an M board. And then we will actually, I know what to do. So now let's executive. Why can't I spell executive? Okay, there we go. So this doesn't have anything private, but let's go ahead and do. Let's store our board here because that's one of the things I think we need to have on there. Yeah. And let's make it a pointer. Okay, from there we should be able to say mBoard equals new board object with let's just pick some numbers right now. So let's make it 5 by 5, or let's make it 4 by 5 actually. 6 by 5. Okay, a new board that's 6 by 5, and then we will do mBoard get connections or get dimensions. And that's it. I probably did not include it. So vim executive.hpp. Gotta make sure to include board.hpp here. Okay. So yeah, it's gonna be, it doesn't know what the score manager is. Implicit instantiation. No such thing as std list. Might be a capital L. So this is all in executive.cpp? No, this is executive.cpp, executive.hpp. No, okay. So we need to fix some issues here. Wait, what is the problem here? No, board.hpp. Okay, so we had some issues here. I mean, for now, I'll comment this because we don't have these yet. Or this one. We can do this one because it's just bools. Std list of std string. This should be fine. These are ints. I just never give them a value. So I guess I can just set these to 0 real quick. Okay, more errors. No template named list and namespace std. So I probably need to include list. That's probably what it is. So what is this board.hpp? Okay. So I missed something after there. Yeah, okay. Let's see if that fixes both issues. No, so I have implicit instantiation of undefined template std vector std vector bool. Template is declared here. Do I need to include something like vector there? So I probably do need to include something, but we're doing what's it called? Is just vector. It is actually. No matching construction for initialization of board. So I did board with two. Oh, I forgot to put it on the HPP. Dang. I'm sure this is gonna get better. It's been so long. I'm just doing a lot of dumb mistakes. So what I forgot here is to also do int call and then int row. Okay, now we got other issues here. Use of undeclared modifier call. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I see what I did there. One at a time. So I'm gonna fix that one first. This can't have the same name as the... Yeah, there we go. That's what I meant to do. Okay, now I got more errors. Typical. So it's... Why did I name them so weird? So it's rows and calls. Calls will be initiated after field m_rows. Adding int to a string. Wait, field m calls will be initialized after field m rows. Adding int to a string does not append to the string. Okay, that's... Yeah, that's what I thought, but... What was it to convert? It might be just two string, yeah. So let's do vim board.cpp and let's just fill these with std2 strings. So these aren't used, that's fine. That's linker failed. I don't know what the problem is here. I'm gonna look some of these up. Oh, I see. So, since I put rows here, now that is columns followed by rows, I should fix that one. These are fine, we'll fix later. So board get reference from executive.run. Symbol is not found. So I called run. I called board. And then I called get dimensions and I got a problem there. Dimensions. Oh yeah. So get dimensions here. Make sure to see out the result here because this actually returns the string. And it is get dimensions, right? So it says these were referenced from executive.o. Does that mean it couldn't find board.get dimensions and board? Like it couldn't find these? Probably an ordering thing. Oh no, why did my thing get disconnected? So I have creating this with main.o, executive.o, and then board.o. So executive or main.o uses these. This is executive.o. And then the board one. This one calls this one. Here. Include board.hpp. So here you call run. So this creates a new board. Do I also have to include here? I shouldn't have to. I don't think so, at least. Oh, I see. I'm gonna look into this a little bit more. Let's see what I can find. I'm gonna look this up real quick. I'm gonna change the make file a little bit. Just to test a couple of things. So I'm gonna look up what these do. Okay. So C++11 I think is fine. -w all means to show all warnings. What does -g do? mind me, I'm just scrolling through this page trying to figure out what -G does. Where is it? Oh, I guess it's in order. There's too many. What does -G do? Why is that so hard to find? I'm gonna just look up what -G does. That wasn't that helpful. Oh man, this is so hard to find. There's so much information. Oof. Control F and then just scroll through all of them. Debugging either your program or GCC-G. Produce debugging information in operating system's native format. So, okay, I mean, I guess. I'm gonna do the -V so I can see some. And see what else I can get from here. I can get a little bit more information. What do you mean use -V to see invocation? I literally... Did I not use -V? I mean, I see it right there. Probably had it in the wrong spot, to be honest. Whatever. Might be because of the Clang version. Because it's Clang instead of G++. Whew. Okay, I'm be onto something, but I just want to make sure. So this is Clang 1, 2. Is it because it's not like the plus version? Yeah, this might be because of my computer being a Mac. Wait, what? Dash LC plus plus. It says Clang. Maybe because it needs to be Clang plus plus. What happens if I make change that myself? So if I and then instead of G++, I put Clang plus plus. What? What am I doing? Okay, no. Still running into issue here. Whew. Okay, so I looked up the wrong thing. Meant to look this up. Whew. Yeah, I don't like this problem, but I gotta figure it out, so sorry I'm being a little quiet. I'm just kind of reading through and trying to figure out stuff. So I'm running this here. So which one gets run first here? I'm assuming... I mean, I can run each one individually. So I can run make board.o, make board executive.o, make main.o. Make what was it? Make Jeopardy. Okay, so it comes down to that last. Which is this right here. So clang plus plus sg dash w all for all warnings, and then we're making we're using main.o, main dot executive.o, and board.o to make output Jeopardy. Wait, what? What? Did I do that right? std equals C++11. That's the part I didn't put. C++11. That's what I did. Okay, figured it out. I forgot to put board.o here. Oh man, that was so annoying. But we figured it out. So we can move on. Oh, okay. That makes me feel so much better. So let's go ahead and run it then. So create an executive and then object and then dimensions are 6 by 5. So far so good. So let's do, here, let's work on the menu actually so I can get a little bit more interaction going on here. We'll kind of follow the order of the game so we can test things. Yeah, so how should I do this? So let's go back to executive.hpp and let's finish this. So we got our board. We'll create a menu. So include menu.hpp. So we will have a menu pointer, menu, and then we will then run I kind of have an idea what I want to do, but we'll need our file. So file name, so that's gonna be std string file name. There you go. And I think that's all I had written for having on here. But we need a little bit more public. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. BRB. All right, I'm back. Let's go ahead and continue this then. So what I have so far, I think we're starting to at least get the skeleton kind of going. So let's continue on here. We have the board, the menu, and the file name. Run will take care of getting the file name. No, the menu would get the file, would help here. And then, yeah, I think that's good. So I need to create this menu item. Oops. What am I doing? There you go. WQ, and then we'll go back to the make file. And we'll add this before we forget. So. Note to self, I need to put it both in the top and the bottom. So we're also going to have menu.o. And then menu.o. Okay, and then we have menu .hpp, and then we will have menu.o, menu.hpp, and menu.cpp. There's going to use clang. I'm not going to put that. C++11, and we'll create this using menu.cpp. There we go. No, not menu.cpp. So I believe that's that. So menu.hpp first. If not defined, then menu h. Then define menu h, and if. Okay. Include IO stream. Include. What else do we need? I guess I shouldn't be including things unless I'm going to use them. So let's just declare a class here of menu. And I think for submenus, I'm just going to have menus here. Menus inside of menus, kind of. So, private, public. I better put this before I forget. So privately, we're going to have std lists menu. Here, let's have two classes here. So we have menu, and we'll have something called menu item, which a menu item can either be a string or here, let's do an std of menu items. Just like that. And then trying to make this as generic as possible. So we have this std string, so I'm gonna do this as menu, I guess. And then we're gonna have, what else do we need on the store in our menu? I guess we can remember which item we saw. I'll worry about that later. So obviously we need our constructor. So we're gonna have menu, just like that. And then I'm gonna create another class here. There we go. So menu items, and then menu items will have. Why am I adding this? Should just be that. So std string Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. So std string is gonna be the name. So the name of the menu item, or what's gonna be display name. And then we're gonna have another menu here, actually. A menu pointer. So this would allow us to have submenus. So if I want to have a submenu, all I have to do is have this list, have a menu item. What did I spell here? Menu item. Why does that look super weird? How do you spell menu? That's how you spell it, right? Why does this feel so weird? It's such a weird spelling. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Menu item. Menu items. Yeah. Okay. So you can have a menu item. This will be the display name, and then you can make it a submenu. So if you click it, then it'll actually pull up another submenu. So I forgot to make these private. And then that means the last thing I need is a bool. Is submenu. If it is a submenu, then it'll actually have something here. If not, this should be null. And if you click it, it'll just do something and it won't actually do anything there. Hello, Yacer. How you doing? So I'm just creating a quick, well, not quick. This might take a while, but I'm trying to create Jeopardy here. So I just got started trying to work on the menu right now. The menu system. So far, so good. I have created the menu that's going to have a list of menu items here. And some of this stuff here. Yeah, so you have you done any coding at all? So I have this here that's going to display. We have our sub menu, which should be null to begin with. And then we have this bool that's going to tell us if it's a sub menu or not. And then we're going to need a constructor. Menu item. This should be menu item, not menu items, because it's singular. Just like that. Perfect. And then we will have probably something to like actually print out the menu. Or I guess, so this will return a std string. This is actually going to return our display name. So display name. That's just what I'm going to call it. Whenever you call this is actually going to bring out or print out this name here. Yeah, just like you, a beginner in C++. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, hopefully you can learn a little bit something as I learned something as well. I think this is actually pretty fun. I do recommend just starting a project because that was kind of what's going on with me. Is just I just never got myself to start a project. So I feel like streaming is going to get me to actually do something, you know? At least that's the plan. But so far, I think this should work. So I will put that there. Have you made any projects in C++ before? Because this is my first like solo project that I'm doing in C++, or like full solo project. So like from scratch. Yeah, I kind of planned out a little bit, so that should help a little bit in creating this stuff. But let's see how the programming goes. I'm still pretty new at a lot of the stuff that you can do in C++. So I might keep it kind of basic. Learn a couple things there every once in a while. All right, so this is gonna get the display name. If I should have a bool that checks if it's a submenu. Also, I have this I up here that I did not realize I put in there. Just the college assignments? Exactly. That's the same for me. So we are in the same boat. Yeah, because I did have a class in C++. That's why I'm not like terrible at it, and I'm like not a complete beginner. But I've never done one from scratch, so it should be good for resumes. In the case I need to show something. So check if submenu. Actually, yeah, we'll do this. So we'll check if it's a submenu, and then we'll also have a print submenu or run submenu. So void run submenu. Using Vim, good man. So, see, Vim, I just got into it. I took a compiler's course, and the professor used Vim, and he makes it look so good. So I started this like probably for a month now, trying to use Vim, saying if I can get better at it, because it looks pretty cool if you know what you're doing. Right now it's still kind of slower than like if I were to use a normal text editor, but in the future hopefully I get a lot faster at using this. So this will just run our submenu if we do have a submenu there. I mean, I think that's it for this here. So how about you, Jake? You have good experience with writing code in C++? It is tough, but yeah, I feel like if you know C++, you basically know how to program in a lot of languages. If you can learn C++, you should be able to be pretty good on other languages, in my opinion. That's also why they teach C++ at my school. So that's it for that. Let's do menu.cpp. So we need to include menu.hpp. And then, yeah, I've never written a main, what's it called, a makefile until this project. So I had an issue like probably 30 minutes ago where I had no idea what error I was getting. So I'm glad I figured that out by now though. So we have our menu. Don't have anything there yet, so I'm just gonna write these down so I don't forget what they are. Okay, that's those constructors out of the way. And then we can also do, I don't know why I wrote Vim. So we have, what else did we have for menu? Here, actually, before I do this, can I run Tmux on here? I don't have Tmux. How do I install Tmux? I feel like I should install that a little bit. I guess I could also have two windows open, but let's just install Tmux real quick. So it's probably, yeah, brew install. Brew install Tmux. I'm actually gonna hide this for now so we can actually see, oh, not the terminal, that. That way I can see like I feel like if I see the Cpp file and the HPP file at the same time, I should be a lot better off. So let's do this. Hopefully this installs pretty quickly. I thought I already had it installed, I guess not. Looks like might take a while. I didn't think it took this long. Thought it was gonna be like 5 seconds maybe, but I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, so I'm trying to get better with terminal as well. So that's why I'm writing this on the terminal, not like VS Code, which might be easier, or Xcode, because I am running this on a Mac, as you could probably tell from the little buttons. Hover over them so you can just see. Yeah, the Mac buttons. This is definitely a Mac terminal, which uses Clang as the compiler. I learned a little bit about it. Don't really know if I'm gonna run into any issues because of that, but I think Clang is better. So, at least what I've heard. This is still taking a little bit longer. Maybe I should have just opened two terminal windows. Python. Interesting. Summary. Jeez, how long is this gonna take? Because I should probably get some sleep soon. Yeah, I have. Here, let's look at what we completed, and we can like check some of these things off. So, I've added. Let's see. I've started working on the starting screen, so the menu. At least setting the this class here. So yeah, this will have. I guess I didn't add the menu items. So I have the menu items, which is just a list of menu items. And then we will have, oops, I can make this bigger since I'm working on it right now. There you go. And then we will have another class. So like I said, this is menu items, which will either, we'll have a display name. Display name, which is just a string, and then we'll have a bool where it is this a sub menu, which is just a bool, and then the actual sub menu, which would just be another menu item, or just not a menu item, but like another menu. So this is what this has. So I believe this should work where you have the menu, which should print all the menu items. If you click one of those menu items that does have a submenu, then it will call menu again. It will call that menu object, which will print it. Okay, I think that should work. Have you created a project using Swift language? I was wondering if it's worth to buy a Mac. I actually have not. I tried, I believe in high school. When I was in high school, I tried getting into Swift, but I never actually got like really into it. I heard it's really good, but I haven't had any courses or anything using Swift, so I would have to do a solo project on that, which I might look into soon. So if I probably after this project, actually, if I can get this project done in C++, I want to look into Swift and making something I can run either on my Mac or on my iPad, because now that like they introduced the M1 chip, it's pretty cool that you can like create something that works on, like, for example, the iPad and on like on the Mac, and also on like for iOS devices. So I feel like developing for that system is gonna be a lot better. In terms of like my school, they really didn't focus on that. So a lot of things is like Linux machines, and a lot of people use like Android phones and stuff like that. But I'm definitely more of an Apple guy, so I do want to look into that. But at least school wise, we didn't do anything like that. I knew there were some people that did projects with that, but most people used like Windows computers and Android devices. So when they created applications, it was different. If people had more iPhones, I'm sure they would develop more with like Swift and stuff. So it depends on what you're trying to develop for. If you have an iPhone, I think it'd be pretty cool, because I feel like if you develop something for the iPhone, it's probably going to be better off, just because of how popular the device is. This is taking a while. This is taking a very good amount of time. I have no idea what is being installed at this point. Hopefully this is done soon. Look at this. Oh yeah, this is the error I was running into. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Yeah, a couple errors. You know the whole typical, you fix one error and then like 10 more appear. But that's how you know you're making progress. Okay, it's further down. Yeah, I kept running into this. So like this was being referenced and it could not link. But then I figured out my my make file did not include the the .o file for the board class, so that's why I was having those issues there. Yeah, that's taking its sweet time. I might just start while that's installing, I'll open another terminal window and keep working on this. So I'll open another one and just create a new window capture terminal 2. And let's choose my second terminal. Boom. There we go. Now we have a working terminal again. While that one installs, and I'll make this about the right size there. I think the reason for why I'm interested about Swift language is to develop jailbreak tweaks, but I don't know. Oh, jailbreak tweaks! I haven't jailbroken my phone in forever. Do you need Swift to do jailbreak tweaks? I never actually looked into that, so I don't know if it's even in the Swift language, but it might be. But I mean, if you want to create your own tweaks, that'd be pretty sweet, because then you literally have things that no one else has because you're making them. So let's also, what was it? Change directory to, I think it's documents, Irving projects, and then Jeopardy. And then this one. So I guess I've also been forgetting to use Git. So I should probably do that after I do the menu here. So vim menu.hpp. So the things we had here was just menu and display name, check if submenu, and run submenu. Okay, I don't know if I can remember that. I'm gonna write it down somewhere. Okay, actually, I'm just gonna highlight this, copy, yes, easy, and do that. So these are actually menu items here, so I'll put it under this and right click and paste. Nice. And it kept the numbers. Yeah, I need to figure out how to copy across different files in Vim. And I'll do it the next time I have to do that. So Jake, are you still here? Yeah, you have any experience with Swift? So, okay, this is menu item. And then this is also menu item. Also, if you catch me doing any issues here or any errors there, you could probably save me some time by letting me know. It could be in my what's it called? Where they do like pair programming. Catch all my mistakes. All right, but let's go ahead and fill these out. So this will return just display name. That one's not bad. I want a space between them. Check if submenu. This one's really easy because again, return is submenu. Let's hope those are right. Can't spell return. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. So Yasser, are you in college still at the moment? Return. No, this is run submenu. So this will probably be like so we had sub menu, which is a pointer. And then we use that pointer and we'll run something called run menu or something. Run menu. Let's do run menu. Okay, I think that should work. So we'll have menu item here. You're a computer science student. Nice. So how many years have you been studying so far? I'm actually not a computer science student, believe it or not. I'm actually a computer engineering student. So I don't really focus too much on like high level code. But I still think it'd be nice to have the option to get some like software engineering jobs if it comes to it. Because the software engineering is basically needed everywhere. Alright, so let's see. So we got... So I created that... I'm just going to assume it's going to be called run menu. So I'm just going to create that here. This is going to be a menu item. And it's going to be called run menu. So for now, I'll kind of leave this blank. I should probably be writing myself some comments. Let's do that, because that's what you should be doing. So I'll do this. And then I'll be like, there's a way to do this like the right way, but I don't remember. Maybe if I can look at some of my previous work. That's not it. Pull some of my previous work to see kind of how I did comments for functions like that. So I will look here. Yeah, see, I took C++ my freshman year of my degree, and then after that, the only time I did programming, my team decided to use weird languages like JavaScript, so which is a lot easier than C++. So I haven't written C++ in a couple of years. That's why I'm a little rusty. I can't remember comments or anything like that. But I'm going to take a look at this real quick. 3 semesters? Nice. So you've probably gotten a good amount of programming experience by now. Because that's like the first courses is just a lot of programming. Making sure you know how to set everything up. Alright, so so I don't have any comments in the CPP, but the HPP I believe I do. Yeah, so I'll do that in the HPP once I get to it. But right now we're in the CPP, so oh, I think this is done. So I will switch back to that one, but let's finish this real quick. So no comments here. We'll do that in HPP. But basically what this is going to do, I'll write this because I'm not going to write everything yet. So this will print menu items. And then it's going to ask for input. And then actually just follow up. So those are like the 3 things it's going to do. For now, let's just do print menu. Add a new line in there. There we go. So that is good. I don't think I need to do anything else here. Okay, and I will close this one. So that should be gone. I'll turn this off again. And then what we can do here now is use Tmux. I don't know if you've ever used Tmux, but it's kind of cool, especially if you're working from like school servers, because you can use one terminal and like you can SSH once and open different windows instead of like having to SSH on multiple terminals. Yeah, I just finished C language in Java since now. That's good. I feel more competent right now with C because, like I said, I'm a computer engineer and that requires a lot of writing lower level code such as C, for like microcontrollers and stuff like that. I never actually touched Java, so I feel like that's another thing I should do is look into Java. Your English is not very good. I'm sorry about that. I mean, so far your comments have been pretty well written in English. So English is also my second language, but you seem like you're doing. Yeah, your English is pretty good. What's your native language? Because mine's Spanish. All right, so with Tmux you can do something like this. I screwed that up. Like that. So now I can have, like, for example, board, no, not board, menu dot cpp, no, hpp on the left, and then I can switch, oops, not that. And then I can switch over to this one and do menu dot hpp. No, cpp. And then now I can have them side by side. That's gonna help a lot. Arabic, nice. I tried learning a little bit, but yeah, at least writing it, and I struggled a lot. I used to tutor calculus, like a calculus class, and I had a student who was trying to teach me Arabic, but yeah, just that wasn't working. So I can't. I don't know how to write anything in Arabic. He tried, but yeah, it was too difficult for me. I tried learning Korean as well, but I don't know. Having to learn a new alphabet was pretty difficult. So are you in the US or are you somewhere else? Because your English is pretty good, so I'm assuming you might be in the US, or do they just make you learn English over there as well? Alright, so I think I finished this. What I need to do is actually use this and create like an actual menu. Yeah, like I said, for us it's either we learn Java or we learn C++, but they decided to teach us C++ instead. So my programming 1 and programming 2 classes were C++. So you're in Saudi Arabia? So do they also teach English classes over there? Yeah, I mean, I also don't know how like how they teach computer science like in different countries. So :Q. Actually, I'm actually curious about that. So, for example, like here, I'm definitely coding. I'd say in like an English language here. So can you code in Arabic? Like, can you type stuff in Arabic and then your compiler actually compiles it down? I'm assuming that's what it would be, right? Or do you also have to write, like, for example, in English? Okay, let me get back to running this menu, actually. I'm using the wrong thing. There it is. That's why. So let's do executive. dot cpp hpp over here, and then executive dot cpp over here. All right, so now that I have that, I can run the menu. So let's call the menu item here. Just English classes in the first year? Oh, wow. Honestly, they should make us learn new languages as well. That's one thing I do admire about like other countries, is like see, the school I go to is very diverse. So we have students from, like for example, from China. We have a lot of studies from Saudi Arabia as well. A lot of students from India, and yeah, I always admire how like they all know English pretty well, even though they're like studying abroad. I think it's C++ is also good to study because it's kind of difficult, but it's like it teaches like object-oriented programming pretty well. And like I said, if you learn C++, I feel like other languages become a lot easier. Like for example, I looked at Python the other day and it looks like a joke. It just looks way too simple. So I will create a menu here. And then I also have to worry about deleting these later, but I'll do that towards the end. So new menu item. Nothing there. I don't even need to use the parentheses there because I don't have any arguments. And then I could do menu.run. Oh no, but I need to set up the menu. So how do I want to set up the menu? Should I have arguments? Yeah. So let's do this. Actually, let's keep this here, and let's move over here and then open up menu.hpp. So what I will do here is I need a way to add items to this menu. So I will create a function. Also, I forgot to do the void run menu here, and then we need void. Oh yeah, so I was gonna have comments here. That was right. So, like for example, here I can do this. I think the double is just for aesthetic reasons. So you can, how do you tell it what this does? I'm just gonna do @post. I'll look into this later. But what happens here is basically print menu. Print menu and act on response. I'm not the best with comments. Okay, and then I'll do another one. And this one is going to be the add item to menu item list. Okay, so what this will do is this will take so this will be add item or add to menu. Let's do that. And then what this will take is it'll take in a menu item. Yeah, this will take a menu item pointer, menu item. So you pass in the menu item and it'll just add it to this list up here that we have here. The other thing I should really do is give myself some time, because I don't know if this happens to you, Yaser, but or Yasser, is that how you pronounce your name, Yasser? I'm sure I can't pronounce it how it's actually supposed to be pronounced, so is that kind of close? But I should give myself a deadline, because if not, what happens is you start programming and you just never stop. So I could probably go all night. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to give myself like 30 more minutes. I'm going to set a timer around here and see how much I can get done in 30 minutes. Timer. I'll actually just put it here. Because if I don't set a timer, I'll be programming all night. I don't want to do that. I do need to sleep. It is, I don't know what time it is for you, but for me it's 1 a.m. So it's really late. So I'm gonna give myself a 30-minute timer. But Saudi Arabia is almost on the other side of the world, so I'm assuming it might be like afternoon for you. I'm guessing late morning or early afternoon. Hey, sweet. I'm glad it's not terribly hard to pronounce. Yeah, because another thing I'm used to is a lot of people change their names so that they're easier to pronounce. Because like I have some I've had some tuties, or I guess people that I would tutor, who went by a different name, but when I actually saw like their actual name, I had no idea how to pronounce it. All right, so there's another one thing I wanted to. Doesn't speak Arabic and pronounce my name correctly by the first time. Okay, so just to make sure, is it Yaser or Yasser? Is it either one or two, depending on which one was the correct one, the first one or the second one? And that's a shock because I'm terrible at pronouncing stuff. So I'm gonna create another one here. Actually, what did I want this to do? Yeah, I guess these two are fine. So let's implement this. The second one, Yasser. Okay, good to know. So I will add this here. Actually, no, this is, so now we have this new menu here. And so what we can do now is create some menu items. So I can be like, menu item. And then let's call this menu item. Menu item 1. Doesn't need anything actually. Actually, it should. So menu item 1 should take in the string. So std string. This will be the display name. Yeah, so anytime I call menu item, I can pass in a string of what I want it to be, and then I'll have other things there. But that should be good. So that's all I need here. So I will write and quit. Oh. What? Do you use any special software when writing code? we just need to add menu, and then what was it? Add to menu. This is type void. I guess I didn't add this up here as well. Okay. So add to menu. And then it takes an std string menu item. And so what I'm gonna do with this is I'm just gonna set, wait. Oh, I guess, yeah. So what this will do is it will std list, no, I don't need to do that. Just m menu item, and then I think it's add to, I already forgot. Oh wait, I have a window open over here. So add item to list. I still look I'm looking up a lot of stuff because I've created a list, the implementation for a list, but I never actually used the one already there. So push back, and we'll push back the menu item. I did not do this right, because this should be a menu item pointer. So this will push back menu item onto the list there. And I need to dereference it. Actually, it makes more sense to make this a menu item pointer instead. So now it's a pointer of menu items. And then, so this will take the menu item and it'll just put it in the list at the back of the list there. And then let's actually make it so it prints the menu here. So actually, something I want to do here is string menu name. I want to give the menu a name as well. And what that will do is it will take m menu name and it'll set it to menu name. Yep. So what that will do, oops, what did I just do? Okay, fixed. So what that will do is it will, whatever, it takes in menu item. So an actually it takes in a string called menu item or menu name, and whatever this is will automatically get set to std string menu name. Okay, so this right here, m underscore menu name. This right here will be set to menu name when I run this. Dang it, I keep doing that. See, that's kind of what this is shorthand for. Like this colon, this right here. So this will take, yeah, it will set m menu name equal to this. Okay, so that now I can choose a name for our menu. So I will print the name first of all. So I will std cout, and then I'll print the menu name. So menu name. And then I will add L. I think that's what it is. Actually, something else I should add is let's do like a couple stars. Let's do 5 stars. Actually, I think I can do a plus here. I'll just do this. And then 5 stars. I think that's 5. Okay, that will print the menu name. I won't print the menu items yet. Well, I think you're a good coder in C++. Go ahead. Usually I can't understand the code quickly, but your code is like sorted or something like that. Well, yeah, I'm like I said, I do have experience, but I've never actually coded from scratch. So I'm still learning a lot of stuff, but I know the basics. But yeah, this is gonna print here. This is basically a print statement. I want to see to see if I can get this to work now. I think I'm not gonna print any of the items or anything like that, so I guess I don't need to create menu items. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so I will do this then. I will quit here. I'll quit there. And then let's see how we're doing. I believe I still need to actually do something with this. So we have our menu here. I'm not gonna create this menu item yet. I'm just gonna give this menu a name. So now it takes a parameter. So the name of this menu is gonna be main menu. And then what I will then do is I'll do m menu, and I will run this by doing run menu. So I'm gonna call that function, and then it's just gonna create a board that's 6 by 5. Then I'm gonna print this get dimensions, and I will just put a new line there because that's something I keep forgetting to do. This is probably not gonna work, but I don't remember. I haven't been keeping track of everything, so I'm just gonna see how many errors we get. Okay, so use of undeclared identifier menu items. Okay, that's probably because I have it in the wrong order. Expected expression, unknown type menu item for add to menu, and then expected colon after class. Okay, I think I could fix those. So this is here. Let's switch over to the other window. So this is a problem in menu.hpp. Okay, so the problem I think is that this needs to be declared before that. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lines of code. So if I type in 11 dd, deletes all of those, and I can come up here and just paste it. There we go. So now I have menu item, and so when menu sees menu item, it should go up here. Oh, but then we have the problem where it's not gonna know what this menu here is. How did I fix that again? I think I just class menu. That might fix it. I think. We'll see. Let's see if that works. Okay, use of undeclared identifier menu items. Oh, okay. I know what the issue is. So the problem is it's menu item. And then I think that's it. Okay, Unknown type menu. That's because it's supposed to be uppercased. So this is Cpp file. If there's anything you want me to explain, I don't mind explaining it. So if you have any questions, just make sure to ask. But yeah, this is a class menu. Now I messed up my make file. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it was a spelling. It was menu items. Oh, there's that issue you're talking about. So no template named list. I did not include it there. So I'll actually have. So I'll have this open on the side so I can fix these errors one by one. So the menu.hpp. So this is, I need to also include lists. I was gonna fix that list issue. So then we have use of undeclared identifier m underscore is submenu. Easy fix. No, wait. How do I undo that? There it is. Okay, so m underscore submenu. No, use of undeclared m is submenu. That's because I forgot the m. I will study the basics in C++, and then the next times I have questions, I will ask. It's good to know you. Oh, good to know you too as well. I'm happy that you popped in the stream here. Yeah, I mean, if you're complete beginner, yeah, this might be a little too complicated, especially because I'm using like multiple files and stuff like that. But I feel like once you, I feel like if you know Java, you should be a little bit better off. That should at least help get you started. Just like knowing what the differences are. But yeah, I've taken 2 classes in C++. So I do have like a head start there. But yeah, I still put beginner because like I said, I haven't made a project, so and I haven't written code in like 5 years, so for C++, so it's been a while. I've written in C. C I've done a lot recently, so, but C++ I haven't. Okay, so now that I changed this to M is submenu, that should fix that one. That's probably from the same issue. So then M underscore submenu declared here. Okay, private field M is not used. That's fine. Okay, that might help there. So I will save this. Okay, another error. But we're getting somewhere. So menu items dot pushback. So it's probably not a pointer. What file is this in? Menu.cpp. So line 15 says because it's not a string pointer, so this is the dot here because it's not the address, it's the actual object. So call the pushback there, and then I do need a semicolon. Oh yeah, sir, why didn't you tell me I missed a semicolon there? The semicolon issues are the worst. undeclared identifier. What line is that? 32. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's fine. I actually prefer that over the other one, so I'm gonna change it in the .hpp because this is where I mistyped what it was. So here under menu item, I want this to be sub menu with a capital M. Also here, I want this to be a capital M. Did I use is sub menu at all? I think I did. Cpp. Okay. So yeah, is sub menu. Okay. Okay, that should hopefully be those fixed. Oh, another error. What happened this time? Here, let me see what happened here. End of search list. Install directory. Oh, I think I know why that is. So, I don't think I ran into any issues. I just need to get rid of this -v here. I think if I get rid of this, it just won't display that. It's just displaying more information than I want it to. So I thought I had an error, but I think we're good now. Sweet. Now to tests. Let's hope this works. Yeah, and it's up to date. So there we go. So like I said, it created that executive object, which is what controls everything. Then it created the menu, and then it ran the menu, and all the menu does is print the name with the stars. So here it prints main menu, and then it created a board for Jeopardy. So I made it 6x5, and then I just had it print what the dimensions were, which is 6x5, which is good. So I think I'm gonna save this here. So I will git add, git commit, setup, board and menu classes. Yep, there we go. And then we'll do git push. Have you ever used git, Yasser? Yeah, so right now my git should be on track. I'm gonna check over here, make sure that I can view everything. Yep, everything was successfully uploaded to Git. So sweet, it looks like it's working. How much time do I have left before I have to go to bed? I have like 6 minutes. So I'm probably gonna end working there. Just because I should be getting some sleep. I got a good amount done today. So like I prepared everything here. In Python, nice. Yeah, Python is a lot easier to get into than C++. But yeah, Git has been really nice to me. I mean, it's definitely kind of hard at first, but I really like using it for version control. So, and I since I've had like 4 years of classes at this point, I'm pretty good with Git. So I have, like I said, I guess you can't see that, but I'll show it here. That's too big. Oh, why is it so? Let's make this a little bit smaller. Yeah, so I got to do this, which was really nice. Like, I got a lot of prep done. So like, this is the logistics where it's like I get the menu, which either lets me start a new board or load one. If I start a new board, then it's gonna ask for the categories, how many rows, and or the points. So the categories is the columns, the rows are how many points each question is gonna be. Yeah, there is a big difference between C++ and Python. Just very little. No, it's a huge difference. Oh man. Yeah, definitely. Python is great for making quick applications. Just how simple it is, and for making things easy for other people, because that makes it so you don't have to be an expert at coding in order for you to do things, which is really nice. So I haven't done this yet, like starting the new board. And if you do load a board, it's going to use a text file to basically make the board. So what I was able to get working is I got the board to work, or the menu to work. So I have the menu working. I haven't at least got it to, like, you know, be able to create it and display the name. I still haven't been able to check if you can add menu items and remove them so that you can actually like see the menu. But then I got that, and I've also set up the board with these things. So it's like it knows you can tell it how many rows, how many columns it has, and the other thing I had was that it just prints that. So it creates the board with the simplest things, which is those two, and then I create the menu and the menu items there. So I think that was a good amount. Is necessary for you to learn C++ after your stream? I was seriously beginning to learn C++. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. It is summer break for us here, so that's why I'm working on this. So if I was still in school, I would not have time for any projects. School takes up all my time. But since it's summer break, I decided to work on a project. So here I am. I think I've done a good amount, so I will call it good for today, or I guess tonight, because it's the morning now, 1 a.m. in the morning. You liked my board sorting? Oh, thanks. But yeah, I guess if I see you again, you feel free to ask me any questions about C++. I'm glad you're gonna be getting into that though. So yeah, once I'm ending my stream now, so I hope it goes well with your learning C++. I don't know if you're gonna go straight to multiple files. As you can see, I have multiple files on mine. You could probably make applications with just one file. You don't need to go as many as I did. But yeah, this took, how long have I been streaming? This took 3 hours to do. But I mean, that also had to do with like, I spent a lot of time setting this up and like thinking about it. The coding might have been like an hour and a half. So I feel like you can get something pretty good done pretty quickly in C++. So good luck to you. I hope to see you another time. And take care. I just realized I don't have an ending screen, so I'll just create one real quick. And then for now, I'm just gonna literally just say stream ended. This is so bad, but whatever, it's there. All right, take care.